Okay, so when sitting down to film this, yeah, it's after the switch up later on in the day where I went to celebrate the graduation of some amazing kids, of friends of mine. So graduation dinner, had to switch it up a little. I was still in sneakers. Let's make no mistake about that. Jordan 3, I'm a Manier, raised by women. So threw that on for the evening. But earlier on in the day, I took a trip to the mall, actually just to see if the red Oreos happened to be in stock within my local stores. They were not, but still an interesting discovery when it came to the Air Jordan 1 High heritage.
I surround my soul with the positivity. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see. Yeah. These days I don't worry about much. I think we should have some more fun. I still dream about the days when we were young. I'll take a hit and still.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl TJ back. Another video on Talks with TJ. That's right. Hit them all up. One, to see my friend because she was still actively working at Kids Foot Locker. But then also just to take a look and see, hey, is the Air Jordan 6 Red Oreo, was it in our stores just locally? And it was not. So for some of your other markets, I'm sure that it was there. And if you really wanted this shoe, I hope you were able to secure it. We're kind of seeing a change, a shift in things, if you will, in the sneaker market. And I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think it's a testament to a lot of different factors that are in play right now. So the overarching one, quite honestly, inflation is one. It may not directly be impacting your home to the point where you're decreasing your disposable spending or based on your disposable income. It may not have impacted you that way, but inflation does play a part. Just the cost of living, like generally going up. When you go to the grocery store, you're spending more money. You go to the gas pump, you're spending more money. So that definitely plays a part. I think it's also release fatigue. I mean, think about how many sneakers drop in any given week, let alone in a month. At some point, your wallet just runs out of space to accommodate that. Like, your money can be long, but not necessarily that long. So I think release fatigue does play a part. I think also, and this is a really good thing, discernment. I think a lot of people are able to differentiate, I really like this sneaker, or I feel this is a need based on my personal style, preference, and how I can really incorporate this pair into my every week rotation. I think a lot of people are using more discernment, which is a good thing. I think you should use more discernment with your income. When you're in the economic situation that this country is right now, I mean, we kind of are heading towards a recession. At least that's what a lot of economists think. It's what Jamie Dimon thinks. And it'll be interesting to see what occurs over the next few months. But these are sitting, when it comes to the resale market, is there some uncertainty based on the whole, like I like to joke, Zadoff kicks thing? I think there are a number of different factors at play. And for some of you, you may just not like the actual Heritage one. You may think it's trash. You may think it's a brick, but I'll be honest with you. First off, you guys know I hate that term. Second, something is a brick, I guess, if you intend to sell it for a very high profit and you can't make that. In term, for me, a brick, if you intend to wear the shoe, it's not a brick if you're able to walk into a retail store and pick the shoe up. I actually think that's an amazing thing. And a lot of people are able to do that depending on the market that you're in. For my local market, it's funny because as I'm in the store, I'm hearing employees pitch the Heritage One to kids and families, showing them a totally different sneaker, maybe even Nike or Adidas or something else. And they're asking them, hey, do you like Jordan 1s? And it's like, in 2022, when would you ever have to ask a kid if they like Jordan 1s? You wouldn't think that you would need to, but yeah, they were kind of having to ease their way into landing that plane of trying to sell the Heritage One, and it didn't work on the few kids I saw them try that on. So the Heritage One is readily available in a lot of markets. If you look at the resale market, and that tells the bigger story, right? Because full disclaimer, I'm speaking about the local market that I'm within. I'm sure someone will comment, well, that's just where you are. That's not necessarily everywhere. Yeah, we know that, but I can look at the resale market, let's say on StockX or Go, which will tell me a much larger view picture of what's going on. And if the shoe isn't selling much above retail, then across the board, either there's not a lot of demand or people just aren't really going for it. And resellers, listen, I don't know who you're trying to necessarily unload a shoe to if people can go in store and get it, but this isn't an anomaly in terms of just the Heritage One not necessarily having a high resale value. The Union 2 isn't selling as high as people thought it would. The Travis Scott trainer, now I know that's just not a model that a lot of people like, and his take on it, I fully respect that. But, you know, we still have to look at the fact that, you know, some time ago, you would have expected anything that Travis Scott did with Cactus Jack on it to shoot through the roof. And now that's not what you get. So it could be market correction. It could be inflation. It could be release fatigue. It can be discernment. It can be people just choosing not to buy the shoe because they don't like the color blocking. They don't like just the way that the Heritage one looks. Listen, first off, the shoe didn't move me at all. I have an actual bread toe one, which a lot of people are having customizers turn these into bread toe one. So I wouldn't need that whatsoever. Like, based on the drops today, what dropped today, the Red Oreo 6 dropped, and then the Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Compact and that Slate Carbon dropped. I'll be honest with you, that Compact, I would take that any day of the week over the Red Oreo 6. Comfort is there, versatility is there in terms of the colorway, and it just works for me far more than the Red Oreo 6. So the Red Oreo 6, no. And it is comical when I'll make a statement about not wanting a pair, let's say on Instagram, and someone will comment where you're going to regret that. I didn't think that somebody could be more wrong in terms of a take, but no, like, you're very wrong. I can promise you I won't regret not picking up the Heritage one. Regardless of the reason why some pairs, especially retros, are available, enjoy the fact that a Jordan is available. Just enjoy the fact that a Jordan model is available. If you want it, go for it, to rock it, throw it on foot, wear it however you would like to wear it. It's nice seeing people comment, I'm glad you guys didn't want these. Finally, my kid and I can get our pairs and our size and match and coordinate. That's an amazing thing. So I'm all for it. I don't have a dog in the resale fight because I'm not reselling. And the pairs that I want right now that I'm looking to pay resale for, they aren't necessarily Jordans. I'm trying to reach back for SBs and other things. So that's just my take. If you went for the Heritage one and you were able to get it, go ahead and comment below if you were able to get it. I'm really happy for you if you did. Same as with the Red Oreo 6. Now for myself, in terms of heading to the mall, another upside to that. So if you recall, when Yeezys were first added to the collection, one of the common questions I received, hey, do you intend to also add Ultraboost, or will you try out an Ultraboost? And back when I still worked for Kids Foot Locker, we had a return. Like, we didn't sell Ultraboost in a store, but we had a return on an Ultraboost. I'm pretty sure it was the 2.0. It was triple white, and I tried it on just to see how it fit. And when I tell you, it didn't feel good. And I've commented that before in previous videos. It just felt like it bottomed out really, really fast. There was no just structure to it at all. And I didn't like it. I just knew, like, deep down, I wouldn't be able to stand on my feet for long periods of time in those shoes. So I will admit, I think I wrote off Ultraboost pretty fast based on that one experience. And that probably wasn't the most fair thing to do. So, having Boost within a number of different pairs behind me, but more importantly also I have the 2K Boost, and at least it has an actual outer sole to it that adds a little bit I think better structure to the pair itself. And then I have the 5K, right, the ZX 5K. So I said, hey, with Ultraboost, I want to give this another chance. I know they've gone through some different iterations, and so the DNA 5.0 is out, and the pair that caught my eye is the Oreo pair. I call it the Oreo. It's called Core Black, but I call it the Oreo pair. Now, truth be told, it was actually the Pride pair. If you're aware, like, of course, we're in the month of June, so Adidas put out their Pride line, and listen, I want to support any and everyone I love that is part of the LGBTQIA community. And I wanted to actually pick up the Pride pair, but it ended up selling out beforehand. I'm still trying to get my hands on it. But the Core Black or the Oreo pair, that was absolutely available. But of course, I didn't want to pay that price. So I had to eBay. And eBay actually had quite a few pairs there. And so I actually have the Ultraboost DNA 5.0 on the way in the Core Black, aka Oreo pair. So I was able to try on that same model within the store. Now, it's not my size, but close enough, okay? Able to try it on, and I was blown away because it was worlds different than me trying on the older pair I tried on. Like, at least personally, again, my foot may be a little bit different than yours. Worlds different. Very comfortable. I had it on in comparison to the Yeezy basketball knit pair that I had on, Slate Azure, and really comfortable. So now I'm excited to get this boost in. I'm excited to try it on side by side with the compact to see, is it more comfortable than the compact? I have a feeling the compact will edge it out, but we're gonna test this out when it arrives relatively soon. I'm guessing next week, so just stay tuned for that video. But Ultraboost is on the way. We are entering this kind of new phase. I don't know if it's temporary or long term, but take advantage of the fact, if you would like and you want the shoe, to pick up the shoes for retail. We're no longer in hunger kicks for every single pair right now, and I think that's a really good thing. But be cautious, because some people will say you'll regret sleeping on this if you don't pick it up right now. Only pick up the pair if you're in love with it and you want it. Like, to me, you're not sleeping on a pair if you don't care for it and it doesn't move you in that way. Leave the pair there for somebody else that wants it. I don't care if a pair is at a discount. If I have zero intention of wearing it, what does it serve me to pick it up just because it's like low cost? None. It's going to be a wasted pair that I end up trying to unload later on in the future. I would just rather not do that. So just my personal thoughts based on my Saturday. So hit the mall up, gave you my thoughts on that. Hit a friend or friends, kids, graduation dinner, threw on the alma mater 3s, and I'll say that's a pretty good Saturday for me. I'm looking at a very special box that arrived right now, and more on that this week, but I'll just say this. You never know who's watching, and you never know who really appreciates your voice and what you put out into the space that you're in, and I'm excited, you know? I'm excited. I'll be sure to use my inside voice when I cover this. All right. Thank you guys again so much for tuning into this video. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.